ask about a Humana Medicare Advantage dual eligible special needs plan. So call now.
New service that's ready when you are.
Live from Augusta. Breaking news.
Hello everybody, News 12 first at 4, now streaming live on Wrdw Plus. Starts with a local breaking news alert out of McCormick County, where a boy's body has been pulled out of the lake there. We are still working to learn more details about what happened this afternoon. So far, we're told the body was found near a dock in the Modoc Shores neighborhood. If you're familiar with the lake, that's not far up the river from the dam and near Howell Branch. Right now, we have a reporter in McCormick County asking questions as we work to learn more about what happened and who this victim is. Back to school begins today in the CSRA. Aiken County students heading back to their classrooms this morning. You're Kaylee Nash here now with how changes made over the summer improved classrooms today.
New investments, more than 200 new teachers, and continuing progress that's already underway. That was the focus of the conversation that we had with Aiken County Public Schools as they gear up for this school year.
Leaders say the new school year in Aiken County comes with a few big expectations, including a continued push to keep families connected with schools and teachers. They also say the district is expanding career and technical education, with the new Career and Technology Center expected to open the second semester on Aiken Technical College's campus. And when it comes to upgrades on campuses across the county, leaders say community-approved funding, including the 1-cent sales tax renewal, is helping make those improvements possible.
We were so grateful for our community voting once again to renew the 1-cent sales tax in 2024. And so you'll see throughout our communities some of those schools that were voter approved for renovations and improvements. You'll start seeing their sales tax dollars at work.
And coming up, we hear from a new member of the Aiken County Public Schools leadership team about her goals and the plans that she has for the upcoming year.
Kaylee, thanks. Other districts headed back to class this month include McCormick County on Wednesday and Edgefield next Tuesday. Jenkins, Tolliver, and Wilkes County go back to class on Friday the 31st. Next month, Barnwell, Emmanuel, Glasscock, McDuffie, and Screven, they continue with going back to school. They start on the 3rd, Burke County and Columbia on the 4th, Jefferson, Lincoln on the 5th. Richmond County Elementary Schools also start on the 5th, and all other students here in Augusta going back the next day. Allendale County begins on August 6th. Those kids will need back to school supplies, and some families certainly struggle to pay for that. News 1226 is helping classrooms give kids all of the stuff they need to succeed through our Stock the Classroom drive. You can donate at YMCA locations across the two-state. The list of supplies needed here on your screen, pretty much anything on that aisle where the school supplies are, at this place where you buy your school supplies. On WRDW.com, there is a list too, and where you can drop off. You can also drop them off here at our station. That's 1226 Gray Way. Stock the Classroom runs until the end of the month. It was a hot weekend. It's warm outside today, and now you're looking at those feel-like temperatures there. Not to mention, now Emily's here to tell you about their Tracking the Tropics.
Yes, we are. We are looking at current conditions here across the CSRA. Low to mid 90s, but feeling like the triple digits like we just saw in that map there. As hot as 105 in places. We're seeing a little bit of moisture across the southeast. Here in the CSRA, just a few light showers over in Barnwell, Allendale counties, but we are keeping an eye on places a little bit more south of us as we're getting in some heavier rainfall from this tropical system. Again, not a tropical storm yet as of the latest update, but just kind of seeing a little bit more of that moisture getting closer to us here in the CSRA. Could bring in some rain chances later on tonight for us. We'll keep a close eye on this system and what we need to know throughout the next couple of days coming up.
Good day to be weather aware. Now to another local breaking news alert. This one out of South Carolina, where Darlene Graham will now be on the ballot for South Carolina's in Terrell Owens, also attending that funeral.
Well, we're keeping an eye on the tropics. We might see a little bit of moisture moving into the CSRA this evening, bringing in a few rain chances for us. But otherwise, we are looking hot for our Tuesday. I'll have a look at what's in store for the rest of the week coming up.
Now, your first alert weather with meteorologist Emily Acton.
Well, we're tracking a few isolated showers across the southern portion of the CSRA. We all have a chance of seeing a quick afternoon shower, even leading into our evening as well, but most of us will remain dry for the next several hours. As we go into the 7 p.m. hour, we'll still be sitting in the low 90s, feeling like the triple digits. Then after sunset, that's finally when we'll start to cool off a little bit into the 80s. Feeling like the upper 80s and even low 90s until about 10 p.m. Looking at your dog walk forecast, I've been saying this for weeks now, but I really recommend you taking your furry friend out on a walk early in the morning. By the time we hit 10, 11 a.m., we're in the upper 80s. We're feeling like the upper 90s. So more comfortable for you and safer for your pet to go earlier in the morning. Again, it takes us a long time to cool off for the overnight hours. Still at 10 p.m., we're feeling like those upper 90s. For some spots. Looking at our rain chances tomorrow, we're looking mostly dry for that bus stop forecast. And yes, I said bus stop forecast. Kids are back in school. We are starting off dry. By the late evening hours, that's when we can expect to see some showers and thunderstorms pushing through the CSRA. But dry start to our Wednesday. We'll have another chance of rain for our afternoon and evening. Nothing too widespread, but still, there is going to be that chance for a few of those afternoon showers and thunderstorms. Looking at the next several days, rain's in the forecast pretty much every afternoon. As we get later on into the week and really for our weekend, we can expect to see a decent amount of rainfall for us. Very beneficial, but make sure you have the rain gear and keep it close. Good thing is, it will start to cool us off a little bit. We still have that major heat risk tomorrow and for a good portion of us Wednesday. Once we get into Thursday, that's going to drop down to that moderate risk, which, again, affects most people, but is not as extreme, again, as what we see with that major risk. Now, all eyes are on the tropics right now. What you need to know, we have Tropical Depression 2. That is going to be moving away from us here in the CSRA, but still will bring a lot of moisture to the southeast. Again, could really help fuel some of those storms that we can expect. I mean, that's a lot of rainfall on the 7-day forecast, but it's summer. I'm not upset about it because it's cooling us off a little bit. Check out Friday, Saturday, 88 for the high. Okay.
Emily has constantly got us living for the weekend. 88 and 88. Thanks, Em. The cyclospora confusion is not over. Lettuce that was shipped to more than half of the country has been recalled. There are now questions on if it is the source of the illness, reported in more than 30 states now. Jared Hill from CBS has more from New York.
The FDA says while the lettuce it tested from Taylor Farms was a false positive, the agency is still investigating those products out of Mexico as a possible source of the cyclospora outbreak that's infected thousands of people.
Took a chance and got the regular taco with the lettuce and cheese.
This Taco Bell customer didn't get what he ordered.
Nope, it's not there. Just cheese and meat.
That's because Taco Bell, like Walmart and other companies, removed iceberg lettuce and salad mix products from Taylor Farms as a precaution.
Some people were saying on social media that it was like a real problem, so I was like, you know what? Let me change what I get from like places like Chipotle or like Cava that have lettuce.
The FDA is still testing samples, but says there's overwhelming epidemiological data supporting the voluntary recall.
There is massive confusion.
Connecticut Democrat Senator Richard Blumenthal is demanding answers from the CDC.
The combination here of incompetence, no accountability, no transparency, no confidence is a recipe for disaster.
Michigan is the epicenter of the outbreak with more than 6,100 cases.
Outside of cooking it, there is no kill step other than it being properly cleaned. We have to trust where we're buying our produce from in this case.
Cyclospora is a parasite that can contaminate fresh produce and cause debilitating diarrhea. Symptoms can take as long as 2 weeks to appear and can last even longer. Jared Hill, CBS News, New York.
Thanks, Jared. A little girl in need of a forever home. We introduce you to Amaria in this week's Grant Me Hope when we come back. A girl with a kind heart is looking for a family to call hers. We introduce you to Amaya in this week's Grant Me Hope.
Amaya, age 12, is a sweet and thoughtful young girl who may seem shy and quiet when you first meet her. She tends to take her time getting to know new people, but once she feels safe and comfortable, her personality begins to shine. In school, Amaya does well academically and takes pride in her work. She especially enjoys math and benefits from small group settings where she can feel supported and encouraged. Amaya has a kind heart and is especially friendly with younger children. She enjoys spending time playing games like tag, being active outdoors, and sharing simple, joyful moments with others. She also likes going shopping and values time spent doing everyday activities that help her feel included and connected. In her quieter moments, Amaya enjoys reading her Bible, which brings her comfort and a sense of peace. With the right family, Amaya has the potential to continue growing into a confident and caring young woman. Amaya is looking for a forever home where she can feel safe, supported, and truly belong.
If you would like to learn more about Amaya and other children in need, go to Grant Me Hope's website. It's grantmehope.org. If you are feeling a pain in your leg, there's a good chance you might have been bitten by a tick. The CDC says ER-related visits relating to tick bites are up almost 15% from last year. The CDC also reports almost 100,000 cases of Lyme disease were reported in 2023, but estimates the real number is closer to 500,000. Health experts say ticks are becoming more common in parts of the U.S. for several reasons.
It's a combination of climate change, you have warmer weather, land use patterns are also changing where we're moving out into the exurbs, you have more contact with the woods, with deer in your neighborhoods, and as the weather gets warmer, you have the push of ticks up towards the north and the west.
Pfizer is working on an experimental tick bite vaccine. They say they plan to send that to the FDA later this year in hopes that it will be available in 2027. Some people can't get enough of coffee. Well, some people. But is that healthy? A new study reveals how much Joe is safe to consume in a day. Gwen Baumgartner has more on the surprising results.
Sophia Red and Nikki Rudolph love their iced coffee.
I'm probably sitting at like 2 cups a day. I'll do 1 caffeinated and like usually a decaf in like mid-afternoon.
A new scientific statement from the American Heart Association looks at the latest research to date on caffeine and cardiovascular disease. Consuming up to 400 milligrams of caffeine or up to 5 8-ounce cups of caffeinated coffee per day is safe and appears to be linked to a lower risk of cardiovascular disease for some people.
The available evidence suggests that caffeine may actually have protective effects, especially when it comes to the risk of future heart attack and the risk of diabetes.
Dr. Gregory Marcus chaired the group that wrote the statement, which is largely based on observational research. He cautions higher doses of caffeine found in energy drinks and other products may cause harm.
There are many reports in young, otherwise healthy people consuming energy drinks and developing this very fast and potentially dangerous heart rhythm disturbance. So certainly would avoid energy drinks in general.
While the research may reassure coffee drinkers that they're not increasing their heart disease risk, doctors say it doesn't mean people should be drinking 5 cups a day because how much caffeine a person can tolerate can vary.
My heart would literally be racing so badly. I get super jittery, super shaky, feel anxious.
If you notice your heart racing, doctors say you should cut back or avoid caffeine. Gwen Baumgartner, CBS News.
Researchers are also stressing the findings don't prove coffee prevents heart disease and that needs more study.
And looking at your forecast for Wednesday, we are under a marginal severe risk. We'll have some heavy showers and thunderstorms. I'll have an update on what we can expect for the next 7 days and another look at the tropics coming up. Well, all eyes are on the tropics over the past couple of days, but I'm here to tell you, not expecting impacts to us here in the CSRA. Very weak tropical system. I mean, winds 35 miles per hour, gusting at 45. That is nowhere near severe thunderstorm strength, but again, this is expecting to move west and impact really portions of the Gulf Coast as we go throughout the next several days for us. So keeping an eye on the tropics could add a little bit of moisture to the southeast. We're already dealing with some afternoon moisture for our area. 95 tomorrow, 94 Wednesday, but those rain chances will really start to cool us off. Thursday, right around 90. Friday, Saturday, upper 80s.
Beautiful game, but another British sport is making big headlines. The town of Ashbourne is hosting the annual Toe Wrestling Championship. The event dates back 50 years. Contestants playing 2 rounds each, one for each foot. Stay with us at 4:30. Data center concerns continuing the CSRA decisions on whether they can be built in our area. Up in the air. At the latest when we come back.
Can you call my dad?
Live from Augusta. Breaking news.
My dad.
Live from Augusta. Breaking news.
Hello, everybody. News 12 First at 4 continues now, streaming on live on WRDW+. We continue with a local breaking news alert. This one out of Jefferson County. A mother facing charges of improperly securing her gun. That child killed during an accidental shooting earlier this month in Florida. 2-year-old Braden Tennyson and his family visiting for the little boy's 3rd birthday to Osceola County earlier this month. They were not even out of their car going into their Airbnb when a 4-year-old family member found a gun in that car. The sheriff's office there saying their investigation found the gun was unsecured and unholstered. It went off, striking Braden. The sheriff's office there saying that the gun belongs to Braden's mother, Shaquilla. They are planning to charge her with culpable negligence, and she has been notified of that decision. More breaking news now. A boy's body has been pulled out of the lake at Modoc Shores. That is in McCormick County. We are working to learn more details about what happened this afternoon. So far, we've been told the body was found near a dock in the Modoc Shores neighborhood. If you know the lake, that's not far up the river from the dam near Howell Branch. Right now, we have a reporter in McCormick County. He's asking questions as we work to learn more about what happened and who this victim is. 3 more Richmond County deputies have been fired, accused of misusing flock cameras. Lieutenant John McKenzie, investigator Curtis Hoskins, and Deputy Joshua Johnson have now been arrested. The 3 are charged with misuse of license plate readers and violating their oaths of office. This comes less than a month after Jaquarius Yarborough was arrested and fired over similar allegations. Your Will Rio tonight working on new details in this story for the news first at 5. Hot temperatures continue. Boy, it feels muggy out there. It was a hot weekend, warm today, and now we're all looking at the tropics, Em.
Yes, it has been hot. It's a very summer-like forecast for us here as we go throughout our Monday. High temperatures, mid-90s, feeling like the triple digits across the board, as hot as 105 to even 109. Earlier today, we're seeing a few pop-up showers and thunderstorms across the southeast, and we're even seeing some a little bit more down to our south. That's really coming in from the tropics there. A lot of moisture that could be bringing in a few thunderstorms for us as we go throughout the later evening hours into the early overnight. So we'll keep an eye on those heavier rain bands that are, again, getting closer to us here in the CSRA. I'll have another look, though, at what we can expect with the tropics and what's in store for the rest of the work week coming up.
Emily, thank you. People across the CSRA continuing to voice their concerns over potential data center development. There have been so many meetings and rallies to talk about the issue. Tomorrow, McCormick County's commission will meet to have a final reading of the data center ordinance. Community input will be part of that meeting. Some there are sharing their concerns tonight, though. Neighbors expected to get together at the McCormick Country Club at 5:30, concerned over the proposal. We will be at tomorrow night's meeting for that reading to update this story. Richmond County residents also voicing their concerns over data centers as the Augusta Commission plans to make a decision on data centers, on their data center moratorium. If the commission doesn't act, the moratorium will expire tomorrow, amping up people's concerns. They could make a decision to extend the moratorium, pushing a final decision until August 18th, which was recommended by the Augusta Planning Commission. Residents have voiced their concerns throughout the commission's process. We spoke to some of those people today.
There are community members that's already concerned with the harms and legacy pollution we have with industries in the area. And so now they're concerned with what is this going to bring? What is this going to mean to our power bills? What is this going to mean to our water sources and that kind of stuff?
We have more on the data center debate coming up on the news first at 5. Those aren't the only data centers under consideration in the CSRA. The federal government proposing a major data center at South Carolina's Savannah Riverside. The center intended to generate 2 gigawatts of power, starting with natural gas before shifting to nuclear energy. We're told it will use heavy power but won't raise rates for customers. The SRS area is one of several under consideration by the federal government. An Augusta man will now spend more than 6 years in prison, pleading guilty to child pornography charges. Court documents show Martin Linder received explicit videos and images of children last year. After being released, he will undergo 15 years of supervision. The U.S. attorney saying the sentence reflects the seriousness of child exploitation crimes. South Carolina state legislators still have not locked down a budget. They met twice last week, but honoring a special group of veterans previously lost in history. We introduce you to the Hello Girls when we come back in just 2 minutes.
And looking at the radar, we are seeing a few showers and thunderstorms within the CSRA, but also just a little bit outside of our area could be impacting some of our Georgia counties here over the next couple of hours. I'll have a look at what's in your forecast for the next 7 days coming up.
Mutual Physicians Mutual.
Now, your first alert weather with meteorologist Emily Acton. Now, your first alert weather with meteorologist Emily Acton.
We're seeing a few isolated showers and even a thunderstorm moving into Bamberg County across the Allendale County line. Heavy thunderstorms can be expected, but very isolated in pattern. So not everybody's going to see rain. Everywhere else, then those showers are not popping up. You are dry and hot, feeling like the triple digits. We're going to keep those high temperatures in the 90s through 7 p.m. Then after sunset, we'll start to cool off a little bit. Overnight tonight, we're only cooling off to right around 75, 74 maybe in some spots, but mostly sunny for the greater part of our day tomorrow. That's going to help us warm up very quickly. By 9 a.m., we will have temperatures in the 80s, feeling like the 90s. So it's going to be another hot afternoon for us, a very July forecast for our Tuesday. So starting off dry and sunny, no problems at the bus stop early in the morning. By the time we get later on into the evening, we'll see another round of showers and thunderstorms pushing through as we go throughout our Wednesday. Starting off dry, more rain chances come into play for the later afternoon. And any of these storms that pop up Wednesday could drop a lot of rainfall quickly. So we are keeping an eye on a flood threat, and not only for the next day or two, but really lasting throughout the work week and even into our weekend. I mean, check out these rain chances. Relatively high across the board, especially as we get into the end of our week. And again, this includes Saturday. I wouldn't cancel plans just yet. As we get a little bit closer to the weekend, we'll have a better idea of when these storms will start and end. So again, I wouldn't cancel any of those outdoor plans you may have for your Saturday. Looking at the heat risk, will start to go down as those rain chances increase. We're seeing that major heat risk tomorrow, Wednesday, moderate heat risk for your Thursday. Most people are keeping an eye on the tropics, or maybe just interested with it. Right now we have Tropical Depression 2. Want to just emphasize this is a very weak system. 35 mile per hour wind gusts currently. It's expected to move to the west, maybe reaching that tropical storm strength as it skates along the Gulf Coast. But looking at us here in the CSRA, we're just dealing with some moisture, and a lot of it will cool us off a little bit. As we get into our Friday, Saturday, we'll have a front stall out, kind of upping our rain chances, but cooling us off to right around 88.
88 sounds wonderful, Emily. Thank you. America's first women soldiers served in war. Having fun while keeping costs down. We have helpful tips for your summer staycation, maybe? Next.
Under eye bags,
travel and eating out. He says you can wipe out some of those costs just by staying home.
You want to treat it like a vacation kind of mentally. You want to take steps and make plans to really not fall into your same old routines. You want to kind of try to turn off notifications on your electronics, try to disengage from email.
And eating out. He says you can wipe out some of those costs just by staying home.
You want to treat it like a vacation kind of mentally. You want to take steps and make plans to really not fall into your same old routines. You want to kind of try to turn off notifications on your electronics, try to disengage from email and things like that.
Kiernan says approach this like you're a visitor to your own area. Look up the free events and places you don't usually go. And he says it's not all or nothing.
You don't have to stay home and spend zero money. You can still spend some money and save a lot relative to an actual vacation. So maybe you decide to have one big activity during your staycation. You go to an amusement park or a water park, or you actually decide to have one night in a hotel.
Kiernan says you can do those things. It's just making sure you're staying on budget. He says there's a lot you can come up with if you just do the research to make this a special time for your family. It can save you money and still help you create wonderful memories with your family. With this watching your wallet, I'm Rachel DePompa.
Rachel, thanks. Ryanair says their profits are. If you are looking to save some easy money, there are a couple of great jackpots available right now. Powerball sits at almost $550 million with a cash value of around $240 million. Mega Millions sitting at over $700 million with cash payout of $300 million, more than that. The next Powerball drawing is tonight. Mega Ball Millions or Mega Millions draws tomorrow. It is the dog days of summer, and there's never been a better time to start planning your holiday shopping. Bradley Blackburn has helpful tips for parents looking to make their kids' Christmas dreams come true.
At the Toy Insider's annual Sweet Suite in New York, Lori Shack reigns supreme.
I feel like you're inviting me onto your throne.
Well, it's a squishmallow throne.
She gathered more than 60 different toy makers who are already in high gear for the holidays.
Most of them are showing toys that are going to be available for the holiday season.
One of the original hot toys, Tickle Me Elmo,
when your child tickles him, he talks.
First hit shelves 30 years ago. Now the generation that grew up with him will find a new, more animated version for their own kids.
They're going to love sharing this Elmo with their kids. It just makes you happy.
Elmo is secretly high-tech and part of a trend.
Wait just a minute. What are you trying to pull?
Like this Mr. Potato Head that reacts as kids play with different pieces. A good fit for parents concerned about screen time.
There's still really cool technology in toys, but there is not all the screens that kids are stuck on.
This magnetic kinetic set makes lessons about physics fun.
Force, cause and effect.
And where there are screens, they're intentional.
Smile.
Like a digital camera that prints pictures kids can decorate, or an arcade-style Sonic the Hedgehog that lets families share in 4 classic games.
This is your big gift.
But the real judges will be kids, like Cam and Kira Johnson, who review toys on their family's YouTube channel.
10 out of 10. I like it.
They love anything that squishes.
Some are air-filled, some are water-filled. There's a wide variety.
Fun that kids and parents will be grabbing up this holiday season. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
We continue now to follow that local breaking news alert out of McCormick County, where a body of a boy was found under a dock at the lake right now. The McCormick County Sheriff giving an update on that. You are looking live at that. Let's go to this press conference. We will be right back after this.